All right,
there we go.
we got the tier list pulled up.
It's time.
Yeah. So we have our categories are top 5 elite, B tier, C tier, F tier, and should be in the UFL.
So for those of us in here that weren't here on Tuesday, we announced on Tuesday we had the idea we were debating Herbert, Dak Prescott, and I think Nicholas brought it up earlier. I think it was him. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to hear this list. Be smart where you put Herbert and Dak. I think he knows that we talked about it a lot. I'm high on Herbert. You're not as high on Herbert. We're both kind of mid on Dak. We don't know where to put him. A lot of people don't know where to put him. So we decided we're doing the tier list. It needs to happen. There's going to be a lot of we don't agree with each other, but I guess we'll see what happens.
How about this? If we don't agree with each other, we go to the chat.
Yeah, if you're in the chat, give your take on each QB. We'll see what happens.
We'll go to the chat. If we can't agree, we'll go to the chat for a tiebreaker. All right.
Let's get it.
So if you're in the chat here, get involved. How's the quality looks? The quality look good? It says
quality looks good on my end.
So this connection.
I went full screen so I can actually see. So.
All right. So I'm not going to be able to see comments, so you're going to have to read comments.
Yeah, I got you.
If something comes up. All right. Do you want to start? We'll just go with Richardson here.
Anthony Richardson.
I don't think Richardson's elite yet. Okay.
No, I'm close.
I'm fine putting him in B or C tier. Honestly, I just don't think he's proven anything yet. This is right now. As of right now. Now, I think we'll clarify something. Like Derek Carr is playing like a top 5 quarterback right now, but he's not top. You know what I mean? He's not top.
Question. 5. Nicholas just brought it up. Not to cut you off. This is in this season or not? Are we doing? I say we do overall.
We'll do like a mix of both. I think
we'll do a mix of both then.
Yeah, like clearly, like Burrow is not top 5 right now. You know what I mean? Clearly,
we'll do a mix of both. So we're taking their career and this year. So
yep. Yeah, we'll just like kind of we'll do lean more of this year. But then, like, I'll like use some common sense as well. You know what I mean? Like, we're not like Burrow right now is playing like F tier. We're not going to put him in F tier.
No.
All right. So Anthony Richardson, what do you think? B or C tier here?
C. I haven't seen enough from Anthony Richardson. He's thrown some bad picks. He can throw the ball deep, but I'm putting him in C tier right now. And at the end, I say we can readjust this list if anything. But I don't think he's a B tier quarterback right now. I need to see more. I need to see more out of him.
We should add something that just says mid.
Now
that'll be more of our screwed this up.
Well, now C tier is bad.
C tier. Oh Christ.
Well, I'm putting him in C.
C.
Just because
that's fine.
We haven't seen
enough out of AR yet. I'm fine with that. All right, Aaron Rodgers. You could convince me. You could convince me top 5 here. I think you kind of have to go top 5 Rodgers here, man. But we can always redo this list, okay? So we can mix and match. I say we put Rodgers at elite. I don't think right now he's top 5.
I agree with elite. He's at the end of his career. He's done a lot of great things, a lot of MVPs. It's going to get a lot of hate when we post this or whatever. Aaron Rodgers is elite. I don't think he's top 5 in the league anymore. And when we do top 5, we need to make sure there's only 5 up there.
Yeah.
We have to make sure that happens. Sure. That's how this whole thing started.
Yeah. So. All right. Baker Mayfield, I am confident putting this dude in B. This dude, he's solid. Baker Mayfield's a solid quarterback, man. I'm fine putting him B tier.
Yep, I agree.
B tier.
Baker Mayfield, he made the playoffs with the Cleveland Browns. He took them back. He got them their first playoff win in who knows how long. And he's also been able to take this Bucs team he's on into the playoffs. He beat the Eagles, and he's also worked some crazy upsets. And he's right now has the Bucs at 2-0. Baker Mayfield's look very good. And by the end of this year, who knows? Maybe he can get into that elite group, but I want to see a full season of this Baker Mayfield.
All right, Brock Purdy. This is going to be a controversial one. I know a lot of people would say elite. I think B tier is perfectly fine for Brock Purdy. We see what happens. Listen, good quarterbacks, would be elite. Elite quarterbacks win games without their star players. Brock Purdy can't win games without Christian McCaffrey or Deebo Samuel. He just can't. He hasn't. I don't think we can put Brock Purdy in the elite tier just because he hasn't done anything without his guys yet to prove that he's just such an elite talent. I think he's got to go B tier here.
I'm gonna agree with B tier. I don't think he's elite. He has so many weapons. But like stat wise, they use McCaffrey more than the passing game. You look at the receiving yards each game. Ayuk's not really getting anything. Debo doesn't get crazy numbers every week.
Yeah.
He does enough. He's known as a game manager. He's known as that perfect system QB. He can be elite, and he's clearly the best QB out of that draft class. Don't get me wrong. But B tier, I think at the end of this, if we want to redo it, he could be upper to like high, mid B tier. He's not going to be at the bottom of B tier, but yeah, we'll go B.
Bryce Young.
Do it.
UFL.
Sadly, I want him to be better, but
should be in the UFL.
He needs to work on stuff.
Caleb Williams.
He has an awful situation. Caleb Williams, I think we should, if we were to add a thing saying we haven't seen enough yet, or like rookie, but I don't know if we really want to do that. But like, let's just make needs more or whatever.
Well, dude, have not seen enough. Need to see more.
Yeah. Honestly, like I could put Richardson down there. Need to see more.
I'm fine with that.
I know you're big on Anthony Richardson, but we need to see more out of him. Yeah, it's not like they're bad. It's not below F tier. It's just there for us to say like rookie QB, and if we think a rookie's not going to be good, we'll put him in F or whatever. Yeah. But Dak, here we go. Do we want to save Dak? Do we want to save Dak for the end?
Dak Prescott's an elite quarterback.
Here we go.
Dak's elite.
I agree.
Argue a brick wall. Dak Prescott is an elite quarterback in the NFL. He's so solid, bro. He's so solid. Just because he's hasn't been to a Super Bowl yet doesn't mean he's not elite. The dude is elite. He's elite as hell. He's great.
He uses his weapons perfectly. Yeah. He's average. He's putting up great numbers every game. He gets so much unnecessary hate. I get because he's on the Cowboys, but like, and he hasn't won those big playoff games or whatever. Yeah. But like, you got to look at their defense as well. Look how many points the defense has given up in those playoff games, especially the Packers one. You can't let Jordan Love and the Packers steamroll you at home.
Yeah.
Like this past weekend when they got killed by the Saints. You can't let that happen. You like Derek Carr carve them entirely. Carve them right up. But Dak Prescott, I think's an elite quarterback. I completely understand if people want to put him in B tier just because the whole hasn't won a Super Bowl, hasn't been there, hasn't gone deep into the playoffs, but he's elite.
He's elite. Dak Prescott's
I think it's a great pick.
All right, Derek Carr.
Oh, here we go.
Right now, Derek Carr is elite, but I think we got to see a little bit more from Derek Carr to put him from B to elite. What do you think?
At the end of this, we're gonna put him low B tier. Derek Carr, like I went off on him about the Saints-Eagles game. We haven't seen enough of Derek Carr keeping up what he has been doing throughout his entire career. He's had these hot starts whenever they were still the Oakland Raiders. It just didn't work out. I think he might have had a hot start a couple years ago with the Saints. Yeah. It didn't work out at the end. Derek Carr needs to prove he can be a perfect quarterback at the whole time, like whole season. He can be good and carry this offense because the Saints have weapons. Like I said, Alvin Kamara is looking very good this year, but I need to see a full season of great Derek Carr. Like I need prime Derek Carr. Like this is the guy that is the perfect fit for the New Orleans Saints. I think he was the perfect fit with the Raiders back then because he's just that average, good enough quarterback that you don't need a rookie quarterback. He's going to be able to take all those snaps and get you wins. So that's why I'm putting him in B tier, just because also like I don't trust him to win playoff games. I don't see him winning a Super Bowl. So B tier. I think at the end of this, I might put him in low B tier, maybe middle B tier.
Okay, yeah, we can reorganize once we finish as well. All right, Daniel Jones should be in the UFL, dude. This guy sucks.
Daniel Jones, I hate the New York Giants. I really do. They're just funny. And it's funny they lost this past week to a kicker. Daniel Jones wasn't even bad. He wasn't even their problem. It's just that whole team sucks. But like Daniel Jones, it's not his fault he got overpaid. He got paid. He's just playing like he's been known to play. The Giants gave him all that money. Honestly, like if we were to switch, you should name that tier, put Bryce Young in F and name the bottom tier Daniel Jones if you really wanted to. Daniel Jones, I agree. He would be a great UFL quarterback whenever his Giants career is over. Maybe the Canadian Football League, but it's not.
Welcome to the CFL, pal.
I don't even know if we're going to put anyone in F tier, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith is a C tier quarterback. I'm
This
sorry.
is interesting.
Geno Smith he's all right. He's nothing great. He's not B tier. He is not B tier. He is exactly what Nicholas just said. He is a perfect median for quarterback. This dude is just it's all right. It's all right.
He's all right.
Geno Smith would be the best backup quarterback option you could have. You know what I mean?
I agree. C tier. That's easy. I don't really have it. Nicholas, and you said it perfectly. He's the perfect median for a quarterback. He's not great and he's not bad. He's completely average. He's going to win you games. He's also going to lose you games. They have perfect weapons for him to make him look better than I think he is, like with DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and all those other guys they have down there. But other than that, C tier. Perfect C tier quarterback.
All right. Jared Goff, I think, is an elite quarterback.
I'd put him at the end of this, I'd put him at low elite or high B. He's elite. I have him at elite.
Jared Goff's an elite quarterback.
Jared Goff is doing great things for this Lions offense. He's a completely different quarterback than what he was with the Rams.
Yeah.
Completely different. That's why I'm putting him in elite, but I can completely see like people need to see more out of him. They want to see a Super Bowl out of him and put him in high B. But I'll put him in elite tier just because I think he can be a great QB.
All right, Sam Howell. I don't even know.
I don't even know if he's in the league right now.
Yeah, he's like he's a backup. He's a backup for Seattle. Yeah, he's
Josh Allen.
Should we put Sam Howell in the UFL or should we even rank him? I feel like
Sam Howell top 5. Put him up there.
Sure.
Now Sam Howell UFL, just put him in there. UFL. We need to fill up that.
Should we do UFL? I mean, all right.
You know what?
Actually, Sam Howell was not that bad.
No, put him in F tier. He was actually okay with the Commanders.
Sam Howell was not that bad.
He was there.
Sam Howell, I would rather, honestly, Sam Howell might be better than Bryce Young.
I'd rather have him than Daniel Jones and Bryce Young. He was actually throwing passing touchdowns. Yeah. He was a solid rookie QB out of that 2022 draft class. I completely forgot about him. We just had an awful situation and just didn't work out at the end. They moved on really quick. But yeah, I think this next guy, Josh Allen, is gonna be my first in the top 5.
This is gonna be my first top 5 as well. Yeah, this guy's just a stud. Last year he had 4,306 yards. He's had 4,000 yards since 2020 every single year. The dude has been so solid. He is top 5 for sure. I don't care if people say he's not clutch. He's a damn good quarterback. He's top 5 for sure. Jaden Daniels.
Need to see more.
All right.
I just haven't seen enough out of him. He hasn't. Sure. I don't think. Does he have a pick yet? I don't think he does. I don't think he's turned it over yet. But he's only played 2 games. I need to see more. I'm not ready to rank a rookie QB until maybe like 5 or 6 starts. So.
Joe Burrow after.
Oh, it's time, isn't it? Oh, here we go. So
Joe Burrow, UFL.
Joe Burrow. This season's Joe Burrow has not been good, but we're taking into account what he has done. He got the Bengals.
He's elite.
I'll put him in elite for now. He's either top 5 or elite.
Fringe top 5.
He's better, but I need his receivers to be better too.
I just need him to be better. You know what I mean?
We'll see at the end where we're gonna put him. I think that's a question mark for the end.
He's also just very injury prone. He can't have me in top 5, brother.
Yeah, that's another thing with Joe
Burrow. Herbo.
Here we go. This is where I'm going to take a lot of slack. Herbert, in my opinion, is top 5 high-end elite. I like Herbert.
I think Justin Herbert's an elite quarterback for sure.
I like him. This is how this whole debate started. Justin Herbert, I was saying, is top 5. You don't think he's a top 5.
Herbert is not top 5.
I think he's
not top 5 at all.
I love Justin Herbert.
No shot he's top 5.
Look at the things he's able to do things with that Chargers offense. Look at the situation his numbers. They're okay. They're nice.
What do you mean? What has he been able to do with his Chargers offense? He had Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler both having insane seasons, and they couldn't do anything. Herbert's good. He's not great. He's not top 5.
Staffs he's had. What he's had to do. He's had to
good quarterbacks, elite quarterbacks, top 5 quarterbacks win in bad situations. They just do. They win in bad situations. They figure out a way.
Nicholas said not top 5, so we'll put him in elite. Put him in there. I lost the vote.
Justin Fields. I need to see more out of Justin Fields.
I've seen stuff C tier.
C tier?
Because we've seen enough of him in Chicago, and he hasn't turned it over yet in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I don't think he's in that need to see more just because he's not a rookie and he's played a good amount of games. Yeah. He has a bad record with the Bears, but what has he had with the Bears to work with? They
Yeah.
gave Caleb Williams all the weapons. So
Yeah.
Justin Fields,
He just
perfect C tier.
Yeah, he hasn't.
He can
done
get up there to
anything.
B tier though by the end of the
When
year.
he
If he gets
when Justin Fields wants to be good, he's elite.
Yeah.
But he's a C tier quarterback at the end of the day. He's shown flashes of being insane, great, but he's just not. He's C tier. I think it's perfect. Jalen Hurts.
This is
gonna be tough.
I might agree with you if we were gonna put him where I think you're gonna put him. I don't think he's top 5. He is not a top 5.
I think he might be top 5. I think he might be top 5.
I can't do it. I can't do it. No, I can't do it. I can't put him up there. I've seen a lot of stupid plays out of not Justin Fields. Not Jalen Hurts. I've seen a lot of stupid plays out of him, especially this past week. I don't trust him in the clutch moments. I really don't. I think I'm calling him the tush push merchant. A lot of his rushing touchdowns from that stupid tush push play. I think he's way better at running than throwing the football. I know he's had some deep bombs. Jalen Hurts, like, he's a tough one. I get the top 5. I love his weapons. I'll put him in elite. Personally, I don't think he's a top 5. There's other options that
I'll put him in elite for now. I'll put him in. I think he's top 5.
We're gonna have to clean up this list, especially to make a top 5, because I'm looking at what we have left. There's only 2 more guys in the top 5, I think, debate that are still on the need listed. But yeah, Jordan Love.
I think Jordan Love's B tier.
I agree with that.
I could also need to see more out of Jordan Love, but yeah. I think he's B tier. Jordan Love's been really good last year. He dominated Dallas in the playoffs, but
I agree. I'm fine with Jordan Love and
him over Dak and Herbert all day. He played so well in the Super Bowl against Mahomes. He did, but he's also. I'll play devil's advocate. Hurts has also shown flashes of being bad, right? He's shown flashes of being like, what is he doing? Like, dude, last what was it? When they play Monday night?
Yes, or when I played the Falcons.
Good. My headset just died.
Or whatever.
Go ahead and talk.
Are we talking about Jalen Hurts? I'm presuming. Talking about Jalen Hurts.
I'm back.
Your head?
Headset died.
Oh, we're talking about Jalen Hurts, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, like last week, he's shown flashes of like I don't know if Mahomes makes that bad decision. I don't know. I think he's so fringe top 5. He's so fringe top 5.
He's fighting to get in there, and I think we're gonna when we go through, we need to fill out the top 5 still, because like I said, I think there's only 2 more QBs guaranteed the top 5 spot. We haven't even got to. But
all right, you ready? I think Kirko C tier.
Ooh, B really? For Kirk. B for Kirk Cousins. He's done things with the Minnesota Vikings, and he
coming off an injury. He's never done any. He's not great. He's all right.
He is not worse than Jordan Love.
He's all right.
He is not worse than Jordan Love.
That's true. Okay, that's
true.
Kirk
Cousins is not worse than. You cannot say to me now. I get your Herbert arguments, but you cannot tell me that Kirk Cousins is worse than the second full year of Jordan Love.
You're right.
Kirk Cousins isn't that B tier. He's not elite. He's not top 5. He's a B. He's not a C. Okay. Like Geno Smith, Kirk Cousins is not on the level of like what we said, the median of Geno Smith.
True.
Like we put Justin Fields in that too. He's not even along the lines of Geno Smith, but I'm still putting him in C because we've seen stuff out of him. But like Geno Smith is the perfect telling if you're higher than a C or lower, and Kirk Cousins is definitely higher. So I'll put him in B.
All right, Kyler Murray. This guy's been amazing so far this year. I think this guy's high B or elite. I don't know if I can put Kyler in elite yet.
I'll put him in high B.
I think he's high B. He's been playing out of his mind, but I'm not ready to call Kyler Murray an elite quarterback yet.
Kyler Murray can end this season in elite if he can continue doing what he's doing. 100%. I'll put him in high B.
He better than Love.
I think he's like right above Jordan Love and Kirk Cousins. So high B.
I like that.
Kenny Pickett.
My
He's
guy,
on
all right.
this list. What is this? Oh, there we go.
Top 5.
Put him in the make a
This is my goat.
make a tier for Kenny Pickett. Put bum, bench, bird. You're now an Eagle. Put him in the
Kenny Pickett.
UFL.
Kenny
UFL.
Pickett's the UFL quarterback. All right. No, all
Lamar.
bias aside, UFL.
Nicholas already
on.
knows we're gonna put
Top
him in the
five.
top 5, and he's
Top
shown flash. I get he's shown flashes of being bad, but like
Top 5.
it's Lamar. He already has
Dude,
two
he's
MVPs.
MVP last year.
It pains
Lamar
me to
Jackson's
say
top 5.
as a guy
He's
that
top
does
5.
not like the Ravens, but he is clearly a top.
He's
5.
top 3. He's top 3.
Look at his MVPs already, and like he's mainly a rushing type of quarterback, but he's being able to make throws, but also miss a lot of throws.
Yeah,
he's way better with his legs than with his arm, in my opinion. But
Mhm.
he has 2 MVPs. He's probably going to get more. I think he's going to rejuvenate this Ravens season, reignite them. They're 0-2, but like Lamar, he's top 5. I get he's shown flashes of being bad, but he's up there.
All right.
Is that Mac Jones?
Mac Jones.
UFL.
UFL or F tier? UFL.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's see.
I actually think Mac Jones is F tier.
F tier. Isn't he on the Jaguars?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's their backup.
He should be in the UFL.
Oh, you're saying Mac Jones?
He should be in the UFL.
Yeah. Poor Daniel Jones is down. Honestly, like I feel bad for Bryce Young. I kind of want to put him in F. Just looking at who he's with.
Let me ask you this. Do you think Hurts and Lamar are that far off? I know Lamar has the MVP, but Hurts has a Super Bowl appearance. That is true. I think Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback.
We're going to look at that top 5 at the end of this because we're going to have to fill that up.
I think Hurts might be 5 or 4.
Now this next guy's going in the top 5 easily. This is number 1.
This is number 1.
Mahomes. Put him at 1. That's your guy, number 1.
This real quick. Just kind of
reorder those a little bit.
Yeah, just make that kind of reorganize that a little bit. All right. Drake May.
I need to see more.
Need to see way more.
I'm excited to watch Drake May. I'm pretty high on him.
I mean, last night he looked bad. He looked like F tier.
Yeah.
Minshew Mania is a C tier quarterback, baby.
Yeah.
Minshew
I like that.
Mid C tier. He's a solid option. He's a good backup. He's perfect for what the Raiders need right now. He's a C tier quarterback all day. And I love Gardner Minshew. I'm a big Minshew Mania guy.
I know the 1 tier list I was able to find had the option for bridge quarterback. Yeah. I put Minshew on that when I was messing around with it. He's perfect to keep teams in it. He's able to win games. He had a couple big wins last year. Minshew is perfect C tier. I love it in the middle. He's literally right below Geno Smith in my opinion, like on that C tier. But like honestly, like Gardner Minshew and above are good quarterbacks, like great quarterbacks. I even put Geno Smith like in that category, but like Geno Smith's still a C. But Gardner Minshew, perfect definition of a middle of the pack C tier quarterback.
All right, Bo Nix.
I do want to see more. I know it's not been great, but like game 3, it's only game 3.
All right,
he's at least throwing the ball deep a little bit more than other guys. So.
Sure. All right, Michael Penix. I don't know. We haven't even seen him say that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not even gonna put him on the list. How do I delete guys? I guess I can't.
Let Russ cook. Oh boy,
Russell Wilson.
This is a guy a lot of people don't like anymore. You know what? It was great in Seattle. Not great in Denver. I think he had still 26. Did he have passing touchdowns like 26 of them last year with Denver? Is that what the stat was?
Dude, Russ is washed.
Yeah, he's not going to do much of that.
I mean,
Steelers
we haven't seen him yet play for the Steelers offense. He's missed the first 3 weeks.
Well, look at the weapons he has too.
Yeah.
What's he going to do with the Steelers' weapons they have right now?
Exactly.
Justin Fields isn't really able to do much with what they have. It's just George Pickens and I guess Pat Freiermuth. Maybe if Roman Wilson comes back healthy, but it's mainly a rushing offense now. Russell Wilson is another great pick for a C quarterback. I have him above Justin Fields personally just because of what he's done in the past, and also Gardner Minshew. But like I'll put him right there with Geno Smith.
Sure.
C tier.
All right. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Matthew Stafford's top 5. Call me insane. Matthew Stafford's top 5. When he has his guys, he's top 5.
I can see it. I think a lot of people are going to say Matthew Stafford's high elite and not top 5. He's a top 10 quarterback, in my opinion, when he has the weapons. He was able to get the Detroit Lions, like the bad teams, to the playoffs. Matthew Stafford, I have as a
533 yards. The year before
I think Matthew Stafford is the perfect option. I think he's a Hall of Famer easily. Matthew Stafford and Phillip Rivers, I think, are the type is same exact person, but Matthew Stafford has the ring. I know Phillip Rivers is.
Phillip Rivers might be better than Stafford. I think Hurts might be better than Stafford. I don't know.
But you put Stafford ahead of Hurts.
I know. So I don't know.
We're gonna have to readjust.
I think Stafford might be top 5.
But Stafford's gonna be a Hall of Famer. But looking at this, there's clearly things that need change. We'll keep him up there for now because I think he's good enough. But we're gonna change this.
Do you think he's top 5?
Personally, no. Not anymore.
Dude, we'll put him down in elite.
Put him down there for now. Middle of that pack.
I think Rodgers could even be better. Listen, Hurts, Stafford, and Rodgers are going to be fighting for that 5 position. We're going to have it a little debate to see who's better there. But I think I could really argue for why Matthew Stafford's a top 5 quarterback.
CJ Stroud.
Top 5. Stroud's top 5.
Ooh.
Stroud's top 5. Stroud's top 5.
Just won Rookie of the Year.
Top 5.
He just won Rookie of the Year, and he's awesome. In MVP talks.
He is awesome. Top 5.
I agree with that. I'll keep him up there at top 5.
I think Stroud is for sure top 5.
I'm a big CJ Stroud fan.
Same.
As Steeler fans, I envy that we don't have a guy like CJ Stroud. He's perfect. He's the franchise QB that teams wait for. He's the gem of the hidden treasure that teams rebuilding wait for. Like I've talked about in the past, teams that do it right get the quarterback when the time is right. They don't just pounce on the first pick that a quarterback is. Like the Steelers and Titans, they went Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett. Those were not great options. If they would have waited another year, they would have had CJ Stroud if they would have been bad for a year.
Yeah.
So CJ Stroud, I agree.
All right, T-Lo. I think Trevor Lawrence is a B-tier quarterback.
Yeah, he hasn't shown.
I don't think he's elite. He's not elite.
He's had some rough times in Jacksonville, and he's kind of having a slow start right now. He's still looking for – they had that big collapse last season. I think Trevor Lawrence is kind of being like, we're not in Clemson anymore. It's not going to be a win every week. I think he's kind of realizing that throughout these years. He's going to actually lose football games now. I don't think wasn't there a stat he never lost in high school or never lost in college, that type of stat line. Trevor Lawrence, he can be elite. I think he's better than Jordan Love, but I think he's worse than Kyler Murray. So I think B is perfect for him. I don't think he's a C tier. I do not think. All
right. Tua Tagovailoa. Tua's not elite.
No, he's injured way too much.
Yet. He's shown flashes of being able to be elite. I think he's the best B-tier quarterback there is. Tua's just not elite yet. He's B-tier.
Tua, when healthy, can be elite, but he's had too many concussions already. Number 4. I agree with B. High B.
Nicholas says closer to C than elite for T-Law.
I see where he's coming from.
So, but Trevor Lawrence is better than Jordan Love. He's better than Kirk. He's better than Carr. Better than Purdy. And he's better than Mayfield.
Yeah, compared to what the Jaguars have those teams, he's making the most of what he has. But I can see where Nicholas is coming from.
Yeah. All right.
UFL.
I think he's F tier.
Yeah,
I don't think he's UFL. I think he's horrible. He's not UFL.
Yeah. I'll put him there. Will Levis, F.
Will Levis, F. F for sure.
I'm not putting him in UFL. Will Levis, I'm only putting him in F because he can be a solid bench QB. He has career QB all over him. He's gonna be benched to Mason Rudolph, I think, in the next coming weeks. Will Levis is a career 2nd and 3rd string guy.
I don't think the difference between Will Levis and Kenny Pickett is that big. So
yeah, I think Will Levis at least is going to be able to stay in the NFL for years to come and be like a. I think his peak honestly could be Gardner Minshew's type of skill level if Will Levis can improve. He's not going to be better than a Gardner Minshew, but he's at his lowest, I think. So Will Levis, I'll put in F just because I think he can have a long career of being a backup type of guy, but he's clearly not a starter.
And then Penix.
Michael Penix. I need to see more. Or just make a tier. Why were you drafted by the Falcons?
I like that.
why were you drafted? Falcons? ?
All right. Well, I like that. Michael Penix.
Michael Penix Jr. Why did the Falcons draft? Perfect. Love the red too. Oh, the black. You can't even see it now. Let's keep it red.
Why did the Falcons draft you?
Okay, we got to fill up the 5 spot of the top 5.
Yep.
So
I think it's Jalen Hurts. I think
who are the options we're thinking?
It's between. I mean, okay, obviously, it is Hurts, Burrow, Rodgers, and Stafford. I think everyone else is just not even close. I can see an argument for Burrow at 5. I can, but this year he has not been close to top 5. The end of last year, he was hurt. He hasn't stayed healthy. I think that Hurts has been a better quarterback in his career, and Stafford's obviously way more consistent. Aaron Rodgers hasn't shown me anything crazy this year for me to say that Rodgers is top 5. Rodgers has not played that well on the Jets yet. Now, Packers Aaron Rodgers is,
of course, that is a top
3.
5.
He's top 3. But Jets Rodgers so far, we've seen two games, and we've seen 2 games and 4 snaps out of Rodgers, and he just hasn't shown a glimpse. He's still elite. He's not top 5. I think this goes down to Stafford and Hurts. I think it goes down to Stafford and Hurts. I think you can make a very good argument for Matthew Stafford being top 5. I really think you can make a good argument for Matthew Stafford being a top 5 quarterback just off of his stats alone. He's able to win games. He's never, when you have Matthew Stafford, you are never fully out of a game. I think that's the difference between Stafford and Burrow. When you're down, Hurts is not the guy that's going to, you can be like, okay, we're still in this game. We got our guy. We got Jalen Hurts. We're still in this game. Mahomes, you can think that, all right, 2-minute drill, we got Mahomes, we're fine. It's like when we had Ben, it was like, okay, we have Ben, 2-minute drill, we're fine. You have Brady, okay, we're fine. Jalen Hurts, I don't know. I don't know if I feel that way. If I'm an Eagles fan, if it's a 2-minute drill, you know what I mean? I think in a 2-minute drill, I'd rather take a Stafford, a Rodgers. Yeah. But I think sheer quarterback wise, his upside in rushing, his, the tush push, you can say it or not. You can say that it's, kind of makes him a fraud top 5 quarterback. I don't think it's crazy to put Stafford at 5, and I could also see Hurts at 5. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
I also like, before I say, I like what Nicholas said about Stafford having the head-to-head against Joe Burrow. That Super Bowl. Super Bowls are what people look at, especially for Hall of Fames. How many Super Bowls you have?
Yep.
So Matthew Stafford, I think, has the edge over Joe Burrow right now because Stafford has had the longer career. He played great in Detroit, in my opinion. He was able to take some of those Detroit teams to the playoffs, at least get them there. They didn't win any games, but they got them there. Joe Burrow has had a great playoff run. They lost in the Super Bowl to, guess who? Matthew Stafford. And it's like Burrow, what he has, what a lot of QBs don't have, is he seems to be the Chiefs' kryptonite most of the time, or getting them close games. They almost beat the Chiefs this past weekend. I guess that's the argument for Joe Burrow. He can compete with Patrick Mahomes. I love the argument about Matthew Stafford being better than Joe Burrow because guess who has the head-to-head in the Super Bowls? Matthew Stafford. Jalen Hurts, I completely understand where you're coming from. I do not like him as well in 2-minute drills. I'm not big with him with the 2-minute drills. I know Nicholas, it looks like he's vouching for Jalen Hurts here to be a top 5 QB. I can see where he's coming from too. Like I said, he's a great running QB, and a lot of those, I think a lot of his rushing and like a great plays come from that tush push, which I personally don't like, but it's football. We have to get over it. I like where you're coming from with Matthew Stafford. So it seems like it's either going to be Stafford or Hurts. Like we have a vote for Hurts. You have a vote for Stafford. I really like Matthew Stafford, but like I kind of want to lean towards Hurts.
That's fine. I'm fine putting Hurts at 5.
I know I said Jalen Hurts.
You know what? I could lean saying Hurts is better than Stroud, but it's close. If I want, I'm going Stroud over Hurts.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, when we first placed Hurts in the league, I was not fine with putting him in top 5. I think he's low 5, 6, or 7. He's in the middle of that top 10. Do we have anything to re-rank? Do we want to look at our top 5 and re-rank it?
I think we should re-rank elite. Burrow or Rodgers. I think Burrow or Rodgers either needs switched or stays. I think I think I'd be fine to put Burrow over Rodgers.
I'm fine with that as well. I know Burrow doesn't have any rings yet, but like
Dak
Burrow
is not
looks like
better
he'd be a
than
great QB.
Rodgers. I think the rest of elite is fine.
I'm fine with that.
All right, B tier. I think 2 is the best B tier quarterback.
Yeah. I know Nicholas is thinking 2 as a C.
I think Purdy is better than Cousins.
I'm fine with putting T-Law towards the bottom right now of B, the way he's been playing lately.
I think he's still better than. I'd rather have Trevor Lawrence than Jordan Love.
You know, I want Baker Mayfield higher in that list. I want Baker Mayfield higher in B tier.
You do?
I've seen more out of Baker, I think, these last couple of seasons than Derek Carr, to put him ahead of Derek Carr. I don't trust Derek Carr enough to lead them down the stretch. Baker Mayfield's gotten them clutch playoff
Kirk Cousins down to B tier.
I'll agree with it, I guess. I trust Kirk Cousins to win a playoff game more than Derek Carr. That's why I'm putting Kirk Cousins ahead of Derek Carr.
Carr's been balling recently.
But do you trust him to win a playoff game?
I don't.
So I'm putting Kirk. That's where also I'm looking at this. Do I trust them to win the playoff games? Jordan Love and Brock Purdy have won playoff games. Baker Mayfield's won a big playoff game against the Eagles, and he did it in Pittsburgh with the Cleveland Browns. He got them their first big one. T-Law, you could also argue, I don't think he has any playoff wins, does he? They were upset, I think, by the Chargers, was it? They blew that lead?
Yes.
Nicholas says we had to put Dak in F.
No.
This is why this we're doing this tier list, because the whole Dak Prescott argument. That's what Dak Prescott and Justin Herbert. That's why we're doing this. It's pretty funny. That B tier is kind of.
I think B tier is all right. There's definitely some guys that can be swapped around.
I think Jordan Love can end his career in elite. I don't think he's going to be a top 5 QB.
You think Love's better than Love, or
switch Jordan Love and Brock Purdy? I'm putting Purdy ahead of Jordan Love, first of all.
Are you putting Purdy ahead of Trevor Lawrence?
Can you put Law back where he was, third in that? Switch Purdy and Love?
I don't think you can switch Purdy and Love.
I'm switching them just because Purdy's made the Super Bowl at least a couple times. I think twice, or is it only once?
Okay, that's fair. Once.
He's doing more with what he has.
Sure.
In my opinion.
He also has
Brock Purdy completely destroyed the rest of that 2022 draft class. He's had more, I guess, people against him.
Love's better than Purdy,
because you got the whole Mr. Irrelevant kind of storyline he's been on, and like he's won a lot of people over. I think that's why I'm picking like Jordan Love. He just got this big injury, his first injury, I guess, big one of his career. Like I haven't seen more than enough of full seasons out of him. Brock Purdy's been able to get the Niners into the playoffs, get some big wins, and make the Super Bowl. I want to see that out of Jordan Love. But like I think they're going to have the same like path of a career. They're both going to be top QBs in the NFC as the years progress. I trust Purdy more than Jordan Love, especially with what he has.
All right.
Anything else we got to look at?
I'm putting Love above Purdy. I'm just saying that.
That's fair.
For anyone that wants to come at us, don't come at me. Love's better than Brock Purdy.
Nicholas said he'd only change Love over T-Law and Purdy.
Yeah.
He put them over there both, which I see that argument as well.
C tier, Minshew. Is Minshew better than? No, Minshew's not better than Russell Fields.
No. Like I said, Minshew's the perfect boundary between C and bad.
Yeah, he's not.
Wait, where was good old Aiden McConnell? We didn't get to rank him.
Yeah.
F.
UFO.
UFO. We didn't get to rank Aiden McConnell. Come on.
Poor Michael Penix. I don't even know why he was on this list.
Yeah, there's way better situations he could have been in. I'm surprised the Falcons wouldn't offer to trade him to a team that needs a QB.
Yeah.
He's not going to play. Like the Vikings should have called. I know they drafted JJ McCarthy, but if you need a quarterback this year, you could add Sam Darnold or maybe run it with Michael Penix.
Sure. Yeah, we don't have anyone. We don't have the Vikings quarterbacks at all on here. We don't have a Vikings quarterback.
Where are you putting Sam Darnold?
Okay. I think put Sam Darnold at F tier.
Yeah.
He's after. I'm sorry. He's after. He's been good so far, but he's always solid for the first few weeks, and then he becomes horrible, and he's going to get benched.
Yeah.
So, but he's F tier for sure.
I agree with that. So I guess that's our list. as we're nearing the end, what we got today. But I think that's it perfect.
I think this is a good list.
I think it's perfect. I like the top 5. I like CJ Stroud already being in it. I think he's going to be a contender for MVP this year.
I agree.
I like it. I'm fine with it.
Bang. We got our tier list.
There it is. We'll post the clip.
You're watching this on YouTube. Comment and tell us what we got wrong. Tell us what we got right. If we should do another one of these, maybe we can do head coaches. We can do a weekly tier list of
Mike Tomlin. Oh gosh.
Teams this week, how they played. We can do a weekly tier list at the end of every episode, a quick one. We could do running backs, receivers, stuff like that. I think a tier list would be doing more of these is fun.